Sony.
Sony first?
Yeah, let's start with Sony, I guess.
Okay. Let's start with Resident Evil 7
Actually,
then,
no.
shall we?
The first thing you need to talk about for Sony has to be two simple words. That orchestra.
The orchestra, the orchestra, oh my god, the orchestra. Not only did Sony deliver this year, but having an orchestra play scores to the games that you are putting out, having them play the directors onto the stage every time they walk out, they couldn't have done it better.
I thought it was just being extra, to be honest, but that's just my opinion.
Well,
Not throwing shade or anything, but that's just a little bit extra. I was like,
it was extra, but you can't deny that when they have the live gameplays of the two games that they showed you, them playing the background music for it wasn't excellent.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't good. It was just, I was like, come on, Sony, like, we get it. We got big dicks. Just get to the fucking trailers. But that's just my opinion. Like I said.
So
and get to the trailers they did. They just vomited trailers at us for an hour.
Dude, it was like they had their machine gun loaded and they were ready. So we can just start with the first one. Obviously, they started with Kratos walking out onto the screen, and it's God of War 3. Or God of War 4, which is just. I don't think it's called God of War 4, is it? I don't remember.
Is it just God of War?
It might be.
Did he add a number? I don't think.
It wasn't
they gave
a number.
It
They might have added a word, but I don't remember what it was if they added it. So the new God of War, obviously, it's Norse mythology, and the director explained that it's not a different timeline. It's not a different dimension. It's not a different timeline. It's after the events of the first three. And he basically explained that the only thing that separates that in mythology, the only thing that separated the different mythologies was geography. So basically, Kratos just picked up, moved to Norse mythology and had a kid, and that's where we're getting the new game.
Interesting, because that's literally the exact same premise as For Honor. Like, a bunch of cultures that would meet just kind of pick up and move to where they do.
This is a little different. This is God of War.
This is God of War, and Kratos has the Force Axe, so...
I hated Kratos' protagonist, but he's not a protagonist. I mean, I've hated Kratos' character.
Well, Kratos, okay, I hated that they made him out to be a protagonist in the first three. That being said, he seems a lot more relaxed. Honestly, what I picture for the game is it's gonna be like a Taken plot, like Liam Neeson. Like, something's gonna happen to his son, and he's gonna have to pick up the blades again and kick ass.
Like, Taken equals, like, Kratos style? Like,
yeah, like, literally, like, Kratos is gonna go Liam Neeson.
Like, someone's gonna eat his son or something, because what they do there.
No, like, Odin is gonna kidnap his son, and Kratos is gonna murder every god in Norse mythology to get here.
Oh my gosh! It's just like Thor and Odin, and that's gonna be funny.
It's gonna be good. I mean, him throwing his axe into a wall and force pulling it back, amazing. I want to see how they develop the kid, mainly because the kid, I don't know whether I think his kid has powers, so we'll try to see how they develop the kid. Kratos seems more relaxed. Obviously, he's got a kid. He's older.
I don't know how to say more relaxed.
No, not more relaxed. He's just older.
He's a stern dad.
Get food.
But you don't see him straight up yelling and wanting to kill everything. You see him very just focused on teaching his son how to hunt.
until someone messes with his son, and then he once again goes back to
Until
killing
it turns into a Taken scenario, and he has to murk everything in Norse mythology, and then say, "Well, fuck, I fucked that up," and then move to another mythology. Like,
Go to
there's
go
only
to
so
next
many times you can switch mythologies and get a new son,
before you kill all the gods, and there's nothing left. Like,
and before you yourself just have to consume the universe because.
it's just. So I mean, it looked good. Looked really good for that, for the start of for God of War. But still, you know, it does look stunning. Bearded Kratos as well. Looks like, you know, they like that Game of Thrones guy with the nice red beard, except Kratos. Like that's what I guess what I get from him. That whole kind of just kicking ass.
Yeah, he is a stern dad because you have to understand, like, he's not being a douche. He's just like, he knows his son is learning. He knows his son is gonna have issues. His son is obviously nervous and anxious, and Kratos is just like, I'm the motherfucking god of war, so I have all the patience in the world to teach you how to kill things.
And then someone fucks with Kratos. But
And then something happens, and Kratos opens a closet somewhere and pulls out the twin blades, and he basically goes Illidan style and says, "You are not prepared," and then murks everybody.
You are not prepared. I mean, yeah, it does look pretty good, and now that I actually have a PS4, I'll actually be able to play it now. Speaking of killing things, one of the new games that we have, Days Gone.
Days Gone, is that the zombie one?
That's the zombie one, yeah.
Where you ride a motorcycle? That was okay. That game brings a whole new level to zombie horde. Like,
yeah, those zombies in that gameplay was quite intense.
Yeah, like the entire gameplay of him running, making a noise, and then like there was well over 200 zombies running him up that thing, and then the last part of it is he gets stuck and they're coming from all sides. So I'm very, very interested in the game.
It's odd that it's going a bit off order, but it's odd that they finished with Days Gone as well. They went back and did gameplay.
I thought they did. They did the gameplay and reveal right after God of War.
But then I think they went back and then they like had like that whole segment of playthrough. I think was the ending part, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does definitely look interesting. We will have to get into discussion later on, because there was some other zombie games that we saw that might bring back, give it some competition. I'll probably get it as well.
Okay, so obviously that's gonna be Days Gone is. Honestly, it's probably gonna be their best title besides God of War.
From E3, you think?
I don't know, fam. I don't know.
Well, like, not from E3. I'm saying it'll probably do the best. Only because that's what people get hyped for. People get hyped for zombie games. That was from what you see from the gameplay. That's a well put together game.
I mean, from this E3 we did get a lot. So like we did get shots mentioned, Last Guardian. We have Naked Norman Reedus. You know, there's a lot out there.
So let's talk about Death Stranding then. Death Stranding has a mist of mystery because Kojima didn't tell anybody anything about that game.
He never does.
He just said, "Here's a naked Norman Reedus. Buy my game when it comes out. I'm Kojima."
I think he owed us this anyway, because like I said, after the new.
And you know how hyped people are because it's Kojima and Norman Reedus? Like,
they were hyped because of the Silent Hill thing. Now that that's gone, it was like, oh wait, we still have Norman Reedus and Kojima together. What's this going to be about? We'll buy it.
Well, and now that Kojima is Kojima and not the other one. What's the name of that company? I'm drawing a blank.
Which company?
Kojima got fired from.
Oh, the one that does. Shit, what is that company name?
So one of the Metal Gears.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, what is their company? Is it like
Wait.
it's not Namco? Is it? No, it's not Namco.
No, it's not Namco.
Oh
Why
my
did I
God.
forget
I
this?
just
Hold
you
on.
can't remember. We're so bad. Oh. But yeah, that company. Granted, he was done when I was Phantom Pain. All that kind of stuff.
Well, now Kojima can do whatever he wants.
Which is terrifying.
Oh, it's
Konami.
yeah, Konami. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Konami, that's what it was. Yes.
That was a
So-
fair on our part.
That was like, I don't know. I need a nap maybe. But yeah,
Like
I
you
think
got
Kojima is just
with
gonna
a
be
budget.
like
Like
all of the things that Konami scrapped and Konami thought was a bad idea and I thought was a good idea.
he can do.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm gonna do him and I'm gonna show that Konami isn't shit without me.
Without me, and he will prove it. Oh my gosh. Like, he is like Kojima with a budget and then with freedom. Like, I think we're looking at some really promising games in the future.
Yeah. And I mean, people are skeptical just because Kojima has presented some of the best games in society.
In society, though, yes.
But really, you can't say Death Stranding is going to be the best revealed game at the Sony press conference because you don't know anything about it.
Exactly. We just even reading like, the stuff about I don't know umbilical cords and ropes and
Yeah.
there was
It's just
even there
like,
was even
okay,
some hint in the
Kojima.
talk about like life and death is treated differently in this game, so people don't know what that even means.
We'll never know what any of it means, but it's provocative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No one knows
it's
what it
it's gonna
means.
get people excited for the game, so they buy it. Yeah, that's Death Stranding. There really isn't anything to say about that game.
So, because we don't have much to go on, we don't know yet.
Exactly. We have
But
there's
we do have a
nothing.
bunch of reboots, though.
So,
Crash Bandicoot is getting a reboot, and
Crash
I don't know if y'all guys
Bandicoot.
played a bunch of Crash back in the day.
I played. I'm a huge Crash fan, and they're rebooting 1, 2, and 3.
Like, I just imagine seeing like Crash with updated graphics. I can't even like.
Well, the entire like the I literally had to walk out of the room during the Sony conference because of them playing the Crash Bandicoot theme song while projecting the shadow of Crash Bandicoot as he walked onto the stage. Like,
All the nostalgia, though.
I couldn't. I was just like, I couldn't handle it. It was too much. I was just like,
was
that is
too
too
much.
It was
good.
too high for him. He couldn't.
It's like that sometimes. Sometimes
It
it's
was
just...
it was way too hyped. I had to leave the room, but I'm excited. The 3 reboots are gonna be fantastic.
Hopefully, it's gonna be fantastic. And then the graphics. I just wait until we get that first touch of like extended gameplay to see how it looks like as far as the new engines and everything like that going on with Crash. Hopefully, it will be better than a Ratchet and Clank reboot. So, yes.
Resident Evil 7.
Okay, so I've had mixed feelings about Resident Evil as a franchise.
Well,
You
the
know,
past.
obviously,
the
Resident
past
Evil 4,
2,
in my opinion, was the last great Resident Evil game.
5
Resident
was
Evil
5 was
5
pretty good. 5 was decent.
Five was
decent.
was okay.
Five
It's
was
better
alright.
people give it credit for. And then we got Resident Evil 6.
Resident Evil
and-
6, I didn't even bother playing.
Resident Evil 6.
And then Resident Evil Raccoon City was not.
The
like-
hell was that? Like,
Here's what Resident Evil 7 needs to be. It needs to legitimately not have any quick time events in the game whatsoever.
pretty much. Like unless it's
I
like
like
Resident
quick time
Evil 4.
events.
Raccoon City was only quick time events.
It was only quick time. It was bad, Rick. It was
Yeah,
bad.
it was bad. But it's supposed to be open world. I mean, they didn't really give us much. Did they show anything besides just the creepy environment?
I don't
Yeah,
think
just a little trailer of environments. It's supposed to go back to the Terror franchise that it was once known for, and away
Yeah,
from like just the
the
action
psyche.
shooter.
Yeah, the psyche. So Resident Evil 7, it's open world. They announced that it will be coming to both VR and regular consoles. Now, honestly, for me, I would rather play it solely on VR.
So that would
Just
be
to
an
get
experience. Get
the
it dark,
the
play on
best,
VR.
yeah, the best experience I could possibly get would be playing Resident Evil 7 on VR. Um, I hope they're gonna release more gameplay before it releases, because honestly, fans don't have much to go on right now,
that's true.
which is gonna kill things.
For now, there was a demo that was available after, so they gave fans a little bit of a taste of what it's gonna be like.
However, speaking of release dates, Last Guardian
Last Guardian releases November.
finally has a date. Finally.
Yes.
All I can think of when I see Last Guardian is My Neighbor Totoro.
My neighbor Totoro. Bro, it's like Ico. It's like Shadow of the Colossus, that same developer.
Mhm.
Man, it's gonna be lit.
Like literally, if you wanted that game to be as good as it could be, you would get the director of My Neighbor Totoro to make that game.
Freaking Miyazaki. Hayao Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is gonna be like, it's gonna be great. The story is so mysterious. Like, I want to know what's going on, man.
It's almost legitimately My Neighbor Totoro. Like,
Do we even know what the game's about?
it's
We
about a big
never know what
dog
about until we
and
play
the
them. We
kid.
know you have like a winged dog creature, and your child going through some ancient ruins of a civilization. We don't know if it's connected to Ico or connected to Shadow of the Colossus world yet, but we'll find out in October, because you have a release date.
We'll find out in next week's episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. So we'll find out. And I think it's gonna be one of the sleeper hits of E3.
It'll
sleep
probably
on.
it'll be a sleeper hit, definitely.
Definitely gonna be sleeper. I'm excited about that.
Because it wasn't as high. I mean, people were like, you could hear people in the crowd who were hyped, but it wasn't one of those hyped games.
Because it was kind of under the radar a little bit,
Yeah,
radar.
it was an under the radar game. So
I'll toss another radar game. Not sure if you guys have it even.
Detroit.
The choice one, I was gonna also do Horizon as well.
I didn't see Horizon.
Horizon Zero Dawn. People actually I won't say they're actually pretty hyped about the way the game looks. They are looking forward to it as far as a new release. The gameplay the world looks interesting as hell. Like, prehistoric technological creatures, and it's just people are interested about the game. So it's under the radar as far as being new, but I think this building a following so far as we get more and more stuff about it coming out.
Oh, okay, I remember that one. It's okay.
It's with the chick and the robots
The
and
robots, the corrupted robot.
yeah.
It's gonna be essentially a Crisis. Like, it's gonna be a Crisis style game. Mainly, it's weird, honestly. I mean, even the trailers, I think they have graphics issues and they need to do graphics optimizations, because the trailers were kind of skitty. But I'd like to know more about the story, because not going off of much besides shoot robots with arrows and take stuff from their bodies.
Yeah, like that's and as kind of discussed in our Twitch chat and kind of in general with Sony at this conference, they basically just do a bunch of stuff at us and we don't really know what's going on. Like we had
Yeah.
Death Stranding, Horizon, as you just mentioned, Detroit, Become Human. Like we don't know.
Detroit,
There's a lot of androids and stuff, but we don't know what the hell exactly.
Detroit is probably my most hyped game of E3.
Really?
Not the new Spider-Man game they announced.
Oh god.
No, Detroit is probably my most hyped game, only because it reminds me of how awesome it would be if they made an iRobot video game. And it's got the same vibe to it. I mean, it's like iRobot mixed with LA Noire on a next gen on a next-gen engine and with more in-depth mechanics to it. So the very little gameplay they showed us of how many different options you could do just on the thing, just on that one mission they showed us, like what could happen. It's the game world looks beautiful, the gameplay looks beautiful, and that's honestly has my vote.
Okay. I'm so like I said, I'm a Spider-Man fan, and the Spider-Man games that came out that Sony has put out so far on the PS2 consoles before Spider-Man 2, loved it. The original Spider-Man game also.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. So this new one coming out looked pretty dank. That's just not to say anything. Like just going through the cafes, just all the parkour. You know, it's just being an action kind of sandbox style kind of game. You know, it looks pretty cool. I'm not saying it'll be like, we don't know how good it's gonna be, but just like on the gameplay perspective, it looks kind of fun. So I think that's another good thing they released as far as announcing that.
True, it did look alright. I'll quickly, to wrap up Sony, briefly mention Final Fantasy 15. Not much to say. They gave us more gameplay. I would prefer better gameplay than what they gave us, to be honest.
They can pause in battles now, so that's pretty.
I haven't been hyped about a Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy X, so.
I mean, it kind of looks cool, but then again, the gameplay they showed us was weird.
Though. Like, it's like what you would expect of a very new school Japanese anime that was just thrown together.
I think it would be better than thrown together. This is Square Enix we're talking about.
Actually, here's my thing, and I'll actually have it set up for my stream. But
the only thing I liked about the only Final Fantasy game that I liked after 10 was 12, and only because of the one scene where the baby chocobo pops out of his afro.
That's 13.
That is 13, yeah.
13.
12 was bad.
12.
I kind of like 12, to be honest.
I like 13. See, like people.
I like both.
I
Yeah.
13. I like...
And then
13, okay. 13 was okay, and the most hyped moment in 13 was literally the baby choco. Like.
So yeah, I mean. So speaking of 12, they are doing the remake of 12 to make 12 look. I think it's called Zodiac Age. I believe it's the same game, just remastered. I think.
They're gonna do the same thing they did with 14.
But to go back to Final Fantasy 15, can we talk about the dude in the game that had the VR in game?
Yeah, it's coming to VR.
Yeah, that doesn't mean the character in the game actually needs to have a VR thing on his head.
Like they have to promote it, Rex. They have to let you know, like, hey, you know, this will be on VR, by the way. Also, you know, you
I think they
technology
need,
as well.
I think the picture. I think they just need to remaster 10, 8, and 7.
But then didn't they remaster 10 on Steam?
They did. They remastered it on PS4, but they need to do it with a new engine. That's mainly what needs to happen. Is they need to do it with this new engine. And Final Fantasy 10, 8, and 7 would be amazing. Well, 7's already going to be amazing. But
I'm pretty sure that covers most of the things I have for Sony. I'm not sure if you guys.
Mainly, that's pretty much it. You know, a lot of reboots and then the new releases we had, they were announced.
Yep.
And now brings us to the titan of Microsoft.
Microsoft. Where do we begin with Microsoft?
Let's just start with the elephant of Call of Duty.
Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say let's keep the hardware discussion to the end.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss the
hardware
games first. At the end. So, honestly,
I think we kind of covered Infinite Warfare a bit in our Battlefield talks.
Yeah, it's essentially slain.
Well, with the gameplay that they showed, because me and Rix were talking about it when we were actually watching E3, it honestly didn't seem like it was a Call of Duty game. Like it didn't seem like Call of Duty had what it took to do what they showed us in the trailer. Because at first I thought it was Titanfall. Like I legitimately thought it was Titanfall.
I thought it was. I guess when you had said it was Infinite Warfare. Like as we were watching, and I'm like, "You sure?" And then
Yeah,
the thing
that might
popped
have
up.
been it. But it's nobody's hyped for that game. You know what people are hyped for? They're hyped for the Call of Duty 4 remaster that you have to buy Infinite Warfare to get.
Which there was the hamstring.
Which is the only way they're gonna make money, is because if they re-release Call of Duty 4, just the remaster by itself, Infinite Warfare would not sell.
No, hell no, definitely not. When the trailer came out, there was so much like backlash and roasting that went on about that trailer that they are essentially, if it wasn't for the remaster in that package,